All right, so you bring the mark back to your campsite. You still hear the sounds of turmoil in the background.
Okay, when Boom first sees him butt naked on his shoulder or whatnot, she starts laughing hysterically.
What kind of rum is this, by the way?
Etta can't resist. Flor de Cana.
Wow, it's strong. Yeah.
She can't resist. She failed her spirit roll. She looks at you and goes, "Why are you laughing? You slept with him."
No, Boom starts laughing hysterically.
Boomer.
Boom. Yeah.
Oh, Boom.
Yeah, Boom
Okay.
starts laughing
Boom.
hysterically.
I thought you meant Veronica.
No,
Okay.
Boom starts laughing hysterically when she
My
sees
mistake.
that.
My mistake.
Yeah.
Since you're playing two characters at the moment, it's hard to keep track a little bit. All right, so Boom starts laughing about seeing Knick Knack with his pants off.
And all I want to do is
That's
I
hilarious.
want to watch this glove and this shoulder pulled room now.
You get back to the base. Shiko sees the mark and goes, "Well, that went subtly. Does your team not know how to do something quietly?"
It was perfectly fine until Mr. Dick here decided to stick his whole body out the doorway.
Boom just
Yeah,
starts
after you started in a firefight.
Etta says, "Technically, boys, I saved your ass."
Boom just starts slapping Chico on the back and it's like, when it comes to Raiders, you gotta expect
Wait,
this kind of
hold on
shit
a
to go
second.
down.
The asshole initially got attracted because he heard the.
Yeah, well that's true.
So
But we don't know that though.
But Bert doesn't know that.
Oh, Bert doesn't know.
You were the one that had eyes on him.
Right.
As far as Bert knows, yeah, you got us compromised.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to roleplay. Well, the guy actually noticed us. I had to fire.
Yeah.
That's the thing though. He would have noticed this if he had been standing out the doorway out in the
No,
open.
no, he didn't notice the visually. He heard the.
Yeah, but the thing is he wouldn't have.
He was coming to investigate.
So the players are having a disagreement. I'm going to let them bicker in character for a couple of
He was
minutes.
coming to investigate with his SMG out.
Shiko turns to the women and goes, "Shall we let them have their dick measuring contest while we actually talk about what
I
we're
would
going
have
to
had to eventually shoot him anyway.
Veronica's like,
He was
I want to
coming
get
there to
cleaned up
investigate.
first, thank you. So,
See what I'm saying?
We're getting a silencer for your freaking gun.
Now that would have been. Maybe it would have been. Well, no, because he clicked off his. Anyway.
So you set the mark down. He wakes up a little bit later. He sees himself surrounded by guys wearing Gander uniforms.
oh,
And
Boom's
the
standing
first-
right front and center.
And the first thing out of his mouth when he sees the Gander uniforms is, "Ah, fuck me." And he sees Boom. He goes, "You traitorous little tart."
Hey.
Better than having
Hey.
your pants off.
Hey, she's already fucked you
I didn't know
anyway,
your
so
dick
you
was
know.
that small.
Hey.
Does that really count? It wasn't even that long.
Hey, she's not the tart, she is. She's the one that fucked you. And so that's redundant. Secondly, you're the one bombing our city, so yeah, I wouldn't toss around traitor very much around here. She's helping us. You're going
That's
to.
because we're the rightful rulers of the wasteland, we are. We don't restrict ourselves with morality and religion and all those false things from before the war.
Actually, I've been told you guys are on the
Okay,
run.
guys, one thing at a time, or I can't hear what's going on. I hear three of you speaking at once. We're going to go around the table with Matthew's character speaking first.
Okay.
Actually, I hear you guys are getting your asses kicked, and that's why you're bombing us so you can get some more room.
Posh.
Does he actually point?
No.
That's just the GM going around the table.
I don't know, he just suddenly felt cockney to me as far as the accent goes. You were saying?
What do you know about the weapon?
What, Long Tom?
Yeah.
Oh, she's a beautiful piece.
Nobody's ever creative about these things.
They're raiders. She came from a battleship she did way back in the day, back when the U.S. was still a power insane.
Did you name
Fires her guns silently. The shells just go whoop. And then you see this bit of smoke in the sky as they nick fire. And they fly off. And well, you've seen how they land.
Sure wish your dick was that
How's
high.
it feel?
I was gonna say,
How's it feel knowing you're powerless and you're all gonna die?
is it named? Was Long Tom named after your equipment?
You guys just are going to let this go. I am trying to run a game without the sexual innuendo and scenes. But no, my players keep dragging me down into the film. So, okay, the Raiders looks at you and goes, "Damn right, I'm 1.5 feet and 2 inches thick. Just ask the bitch I was fucking."
This
Veronica's like, I barely knew that you were there.
just for the Well, you were starting to like get nervous. Hey,
That's not what you were moaning about. I bet you ain't had
What
a
do you
man in
need to
forever,
know
you
about
ugly
that?
little bank.
We didn't know.
Not
We need to know where
not to
the
be-
ammunition's kept.
Not to be.
How the breach setup is.
okay, so I'm trying to charm him to get to appeal to
Oh,
his
charm
He's
him.
ego.
a raider.
I'm
That's
trying to
not gonna
appeal
work.
to his ego to give us some info. Maybe
So
his-
when you crosstalk, you guys have to whisper.
Oh.
All right. Otherwise, when I'm talking as a character, you miss shit, and I have to stop like I have to do right now. Okay. When you crosstalk, please whisper to one another. I don't mind crosstalk at the game because it means the players are wanting to win and trying to coordinate their efforts. That's fine. But when I'm presenting a character and I'm, quote, on stage, when you're stepping over my line like that, we end up having to stop and repeat. So the guy says to Veronica, trying to basically use a skill on her. Not the way you would get into it. You were moaning excited. I bet you ain't had a man in years. Not surprised because you're so fucking ugly. You didn't even know what you're doing, you little slattern. I need Veronica to roll spirit roll.
I don't see why.
You're rolling
It's
against his
like-
skill.
Oh, okay.
As I said, it is a skill roll.
We just have Chico do it. That's more fun.
I'm going to spend a blue to add to his roll. Total number to beat is 10.
Yeah, he's not gonna make it.
Make it. Okay. Suppose you exploded, you make it.
Yeah.
So basically what he was attempting to do is he was attempting to intimidate slash insult her to make her doubt herself.
Mhm.
He has failed.
She flips her hair and puts herself in a very nice pose because she knows damn well how attractive she is. See, well, you seem pretty desperate there because it only took a few sweet honey words to get your pants down off your legs, now didn't it?
Edda says, I'm going to go watch the perimeter. Anybody have interrogation?
Yeah, no, actually, Chico, we're actually thinking
Since the
Chico
priest is probably the most perceptive, I'll give the priest a smarts and wild die roll. Target number 8 because Edda's trying to hide why she's leaving.
Die 10.
Yeah.
I know exactly why she's leaving. This has gotten very lowbrow.
No.
15.
You sense from the way Edda's behaving that this is hitting too close to home. Like maybe something like this has happened to her in the past. It's bringing back unpleasant memories, so she's leaving the scene.
It's gotten very lowbrow and it's making her very, very upset.
There's 2 ways that we're going to do this, Long Tom.
Knick knack.
See, we need information about your weapon. You're clearly, well, at the moment, not going to give it up.
Well, you can see it. It's out for all to see.
So it's going to go down 2 ways. We're going to get the
So
information.
Bert walks up and is going to attack him.
You just trampled over me on stage.
Bert got up and acted out while you were walking.
Bert, that was you or that was Matt Diaz?
No, that was Bert
What'd you
because
do?
he's pissed on Veronica.
Okay.
What did he just...
So Bert gets up to attack the tied up prisoner. Bert, what's your character's alignment?
Chaotic evil.
Yeah, I don't like chaotic evil. But no, he's just touched a nerve. I forgot where I put the name alone on this
What,
thing.
bragging about his package?
I didn't put it on there anywhere. I screwed up. I didn't put it on there anywhere.
It's blank.
No, like I said, I didn't put it on there.
All right, I'm going to rule that at this point Bert is a follower.
Mm-hmm.
Bert's a follower?
Bert, the follower is the top of the selfish alignments.
Okay.
It's either that or Bert would be hard bitten, which is the bottom of the good alignments.
I think that's what he said he was before. Wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Hard bitten?
Hard bitten?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's touched a nerve because remember, he doesn't like rapists. And
Okay, so I'm going to put you at hard bitten. So a hard bitten character would do that. It's important for me to know. Okay, so while you're talking, you see Bert get up and move. Since Bert's not trying to act during your turn, you have a chance to stop before you complete the
I
action.
had no problem with you
Do
stopping.
you do so?
Yes.
Okay, so you go to kick him and the father puts a hand on you. You let the father stop you.
Yeah, I'm not going to hit him.
Okay, so Bert stops from his action. The guy, seeing that Bert was going to attack and he's tied up, that does kind of count as an intimidate check. So I'm going to roll the guy's spirit roll. Do you see now I need things to go orderly?
Yeah, I understand that, and that's the reason I made the physical thing rather
Got
than
it.
speaking it. So I didn't actually step
I had to
verbally.
go into muscle metals. But...
All right.
Yeah.
Seeing Bert get up, something in the look in Bert's eyes and something in the cold way the father is talking to him, the guy looks a little rattled. He kind of leans back in the chair a little bit like he's trying to get away. He realizes he can't close his legs and he's vulnerable. He's like, oh shit, they're really going to fuck me up.
Can I interject? Boone's like fondling her machete and looking at his junk.
I was going to say,
All right, so now you're still talking to him. It's still your turn. What do you do? He looks a little rattled now.
listen, we're going to get the information from you one way or the other. I'd rather you just give it to us of your own free will, and we might let you go. If you don't, we're going to turn you over to this young
Let me
lady
go.
here.
Let me go. Where am I going to go? Look at me! He points to the marks on his body. One thing's
Chop
about
his-
being a raider.
Chop his dick off.
Oh,
You realize that Boom will actually do
smile
that.
on
I know.
Boom's face is
I want to
so
see if he's gonna crack when
big,
he
and
realizes
she's
she's
like,
gonna do it.
okay, so we need to stretch him out just so. Put a block underneath it, just to make.
Oh no, please don't castrate me!
Block.
Don't turn me into a steer, please! Oh God, no, it's the only thing I got going right in my life!
You have one chance.
What do you want to know?
Tell us everything about this weapon. For every question that this man asks you, you better answer it, and we're gonna know if you're lying.
And Chico too, because she knows probably more about.
To speed up gameplay, since we're running a little late, I'm just going to say you get the information out of him you need about tactics and location. You come to find out that at their site right now, there's only about 50 raiders present of their total garrison of 300. A lot of the raiders are out. Most of them are out surveying the damage. Some of them are looking for food. There's only about 50 people there. Of those 50 people, only about 5 of them are technically proficient with the gun, and they're all on site with the gun.
Kill them, we actually do
Wow.
a lot of the damage.
Kill them would be the least best option
Why would you
Yeah.
say do we
because they go out and find another scientist.
Yeah.
But
someone who-
their actual engineering crew is all present, so that is another option.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm saying we kill the engineers.
The raider leader is on hand. His name is Slice. Slice is called Slice because there's no one better in the wasteland with a sword than him.
Okay, we won't.
He has a thing for when he captures people, talking about putting a sword in their hands and giving them a chance to kill him for their freedom. No one's ever won.
So we don't.
Slice
play with this.
also doesn't have a single scar on his body.
Which means he's never been.
He's never been hit.
Mm.
He's never been destroyed. Nothing's ever gotten close enough to actually mar his flesh.
Yeah, that's something a lot of fiction gets wrong. It's not the scarred people you have to watch out for. It's the people without the scars who are the badasses you have to watch out for.
So his intent is to fire a gun again within the next week, particularly against the Lansing Republic. The guy also tells you that they've been getting shipments in from the Sioux lands, from raiders and smugglers have been coming across the Four Winds Republic.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think I just called it the Sioux territory. I'll have to look at my map. But there's essentially a group of Amerindian / fusion cultures that are out there that all live around like Sioux City and stuff, and they try to control that plain. And there's people have been coming across that. He does tell you there's also been pressure coming across from raider gangs on the our side of that are pressuring the Sioux group, as well as occasionally venturing across it. One of these groups is called the Khans. Has anyone ever played Fallout New Vegas?
I know the cons.
You know the Khans are a very prominent gang in the area.
Yeah.
Okay, they're also very vicious. They're the kind of people that not only do they kill you, they torture you slowly first and broadcast it on radio for everyone to hear, just to make an impression. They are not nice people.
None of them are.
So the other thing that you hear from the raider is that there is a service tunnel into the gun that goes underneath the whole complex. If you take the service tunnel as part of the old sewer for the complex, you can completely avoid any of the sentries, any people. It is an ideal way in, and they don't guard it. He does warn you the reason they don't guard it is because ghouls, being that it's dark, love to flock there.
Ah.
Yeah, that will be a problem.
She goes like, not really. We take the right gear to go in there, the ghouls can't get us.
That's a good point. I'm just saying
They're not intelligent enough to use firearms.
I would say it could be a problem though, in the sense of if there's enough of them, they can actually just physically overwhelm us and just take us down. And
Oh,
break
yeah.
us to pieces.
And they're
So what we
nasty.
do is Shiko says, is we make boar spears.
Could work.
We have a line of people with boar spears. The second line behind them, we just march down the hallway.
Okay, Mr. Dick, future Dickless here, if you don't cooperate. How wide is that service tunnel?
About 20 feet.
It's workable.
We can hold it.
It's workable. And once we're in with our firearms, even though they have 50 people, once we're inside the perimeter with the element of surprise, it'll be a fairly one-sided firefight. And as far as Mr. Super Swordsman there, we'll just
Have
to
us
hit him
have
with
us
the-
all in a set signal. Snipe targets first, greatly eliminating the force of the garrison. Could probably cut that garrison by about half before the firefight even starts.
Yeah, take out any crew served weapons on towers. Edda can take out Mr. Swordsman there with her long-range rifle.
Is it Kiko or
Shiko.
Shiko.
S-H-I-K-O. Shiko.
S-H-I-K-O? Got it.
And if Edda and I can use our sniper rifles to take out any of the super duper melee types.
Boom. Give me a smarts roll.
Chico Japanese.
Shiko is Japanese.
Shiko's
Remember,
Japanese.
remember the session that you showed up? They were trying to kill her because they were blaming anyone Asian for the war.
Right.
Never mind,
Wait,
Japan's an
I thought
ally.
they were Chinese.
Yeah, the Chinese caused it, but do you think people really care? She looks Chinese enough.
You don't really see the difference.
Right. A chink's a chink to them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's one of the things I hate about that kind of racism. Because believe you me, Japanese, Korean, Chinese, Vietnamese, They're all very, very
Stop rolling.
Yeah.
That was
Why
a
did
5,
you
by the
tell
way.
her
Boom
that?
realizes that from
Wants
the
to fuck them up.
Boom realizes that with the people that have died in the firefight that are accounted for,
Mm-hmm.
none of the raiders from this party got out of that firefight alive.
Yeah.
The garrison doesn't know they're missing.
Yeah.
As far as the garrison is concerned, these guys are sleeping it off. If we double march it, we can probably get to the site at the end of evening or dawn, and they won't even know we're there.
She
That's right.
relates that to the rest of the team.
Role play it.
Well, no, the guys actually got out of this alive, excluding Naked Boy here. So they probably won't even know we're coming because they're going to assume they're all sleeping off, partying and all that.
Shiko looks up at the sun and goes, if we hustle it, we can get there by early evening.
Yeah, we need to definitely bust ass. And only that, if we hit it at night, the ghouls will be out of the tunnels likely as not.
Because they go foraging from the nocturnal.
Exactly. We
Be less of them down
have
there.
to deal with as many.
Everyone, double march, go. So now I need, since you're on a double march, I need everybody to make me anti-fatigue rolls. How this is going to work is you're going to roll your athletics if you have it. If not, it's a straight,
Agility.
no, stamina. Sorry, vigor. Vigor in this game. You're going to roll an athletics plus your wild die. The target number to beat is a 10. If you don't beat it, tell me how far you got, because depending on how far you fail, it will determine how many fatigue levels you have.
All right, I'm going to try to fast track this as well.
Okay? Fast track it in makes us down. Hold on. You're going to try to fast track us?
Mm-hmm.
Roll your skill first, because then you can lower everybody's fatigue roll.
Okay.
Fatigue roll target, I should say.
All right, where's the track?
This
Where's
is
the
Drake
Where's the
rum,
track?
by the
Where's
way.
track?
Yes, it is. That's why I drink it.
It is a very good roll.
If I'm going to spend money on alcohol, I don't want to be on crap.
It's
You gotta
smart.
sip it though. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Smooth. It's like real.
But it will wallop you if you try to chug it.
Oh, it's a tell.
8.
Okay, so now everybody, rather than 10, you need 7s.
Yay.
Oh fuck, I had that.
Okay, here's Veronica.
No, they keep it. You already rolled. You're good.
Ah, yeah, Nate.
Veronica only got 5.
Yeah, Nate.
Okay, you make it.
Six.
No, I tend to jump ahead when James is trying to explain.
12.
Woo! Where'd it go?
Here somewhere. There you go.
All the gamers that are with you make the roll.
12.
12, you make it.
Ooh, Boom definitely makes it.
That's a 7. That's all you need. You make it.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
So nobody failed then from what I'm hearing.
Nope.
Wow.
Except Ronnie.
Ronnie got 5.
So Ronnie failed. Ronnie has a level of fatigue. That means that Ronnie has a -1 to act for the rest of the encounter.
Oh, okay. She could take a bullet balls though.
And the damage you took from earlier has been ceded because it was only a phantom wound. So like if you need a 6 to get something because of Ronnie's negative, she now needs a 7 because she's tired.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna move the table here in just a second.
Uh-oh. Come because the battle's coming.
Oh come on, tell me you didn't know this was coming.
I knew it
It's a
was.
tunnel.
Always a big battle scene.
It's a
in
dungeon
every
crawl.
game.
Love the
Like,
tunnels.
come on.
So we're trying to wait till after dark so when the ghouls leave.
Yep, I understand. See less of them in there.
Yep. We got a ghoul with us, so hopefully he can try and talk us through the worst of it.
It doesn't work like that.
Well, hey, you know.
It's not like you can sit down and have a few beers with the barrel boys.
No.
They can
Well,
walk
some
past them.
some you can.
But
Some you can.
There are certain
Ferals.
ghouls.
So let's-
Oh, no, not
Ferals,
ferals.
no.
Not
Other
ferals.
ghouls,
Yeah.
yes. Ferals, no.
Yeah, not ferals.
Like,
Okay,
you
wait
can
for him to sit
walk
back down
past
and I'll
the
move it.
ferals,
We're gonna need
but-
some minis.
Yeah, I was just kind of curious though, as to whether or not this game would allow ferals to live underneath it.
I'm sorry, I don't understand what you mean by that.
I don't think we've
Well-
come across a feral yet.
If they're feral ghouls,
Yes, we have.
Have we?
yeah, we have. If they're feral ghouls,
The feral ghouls
why
are
would
nasty.
this game allow them to live underneath them as a potential threat to their existence?
Okay,
They
so
can use
they
it as a
actually
weapon.
addressed that in a couple of follow-up sessions, that if you border up an area with enough secure doors, the ferals will just kind of lose interest and not try to go past that barricade.
Ah,
So ferals make a great deterrent to having people sneaking into places. And because of the disease, the feral has an instinct to eat, but doesn't actually need to do so because it's kind of half dead.
mhm.
So as a result, you can keep a population of like 20 or 30 of them down there and not actually have to feed them, just let them rest. And they'll be there. God invented them.
That makes sense.
Wait, what was the explanation? Why did we keep them there?
They're a great
Guard dogs.
security measure.
Oh yeah, oh hell yeah. And they're, yeah, you better believe they are.
This is Boom.
Ronnie,
Yeah.
guys, pick a mini for yourselves.
Dog.
Or dump them on the
I
ground.
tried to trick her twice. She didn't go for it.
Yeah. That's because we do it all together all the time.
So while you're on the run, I imagine someone's got a radio from the Pip-Boy going on.
Yeah.
You
Ron
turn it
said
back
so.
into the radio station from Brightwater, and the radio station is now calling itself Only Lonely Radio.
Oh my.
Hello there, wastelanders and waste ladies. This is Marisola de la Luna Negra. I am the new host for Only Lonely Radio. I am the sole daughter of the soul, of the blues, and all things delightful and true. And I will be your host tonight. You know how sometimes things just don't go right? You do your best, but things don't happen the way you want them to. Kitty Wayne Shepherd knows how that feels. And we're going to start off tonight's broadcast with Too Much Month at the End of My Money.
Too much what?
Too Much Month at the End of My Money. An actual blues song that I love.
Pervert.
I am not a pervert. I did not pick that one.
Okay, so you proceed to get to the area, and sure enough, you see up on a raised hill. Actually, I think I have a map of it.
Yeah, I think
What
you
does that
do.
line mean, James?
What line?
Too much month at the end of my money?
Son, if you can't figure that out, then you've never had the blues.
Too much month.
Too much month at the end of my money.
Maybe I'm a little buzzed.
Think about it. When do you pay bills?
The end of the month?
Beginning of the month. So after you pay the bills, what are you left with?
Yeah, pretty much nothing.
Exactly.
Too much month at the end of my
Too
money.
much month at the end of my money.
Got it. This is cool.
Well, there's Brightwater.
Ray's gonna play a dro.
What's the drill?
Black elf.
Something incredibly overpowered and incredibly fashionable thanks to a series of novels.
DRO?
D-R-O-W.
Dro. Never heard of it.
Black elf.
Dritz-Orden. Lyriel.
What was the origin of the...
Okay, so the Dro are the
Yeah.
original uber bad guys in D&D. Gary Gygax invented them. He actually took a bit of Finnish legend, Icelandic legend, and altered it
Ah.
to create them. And originally the word comes from tro, which is an old Icelandic Viking word for a water elf that likes to pull people over the side of the boat and drown them in the deep. He changed that to be the deeps of the subterranean underdark beneath you, called them Dro, and all the rest is history.
Interesting.
Poison, plots, evil machinations,
It's a sign
torture, slavery.
And this is a Dro?
Yes.
that if you
And I don't have
actually
an app.
look at their society,
It wouldn't
one of the
last
things you
more than a
wouldn't
decade.
realize is that it wouldn't last more than a day. It is the epitome of fantasy, of cheap, high fantasy societies.
Okay, so I don't have the map, but picture, if you will, a hill. The hill is about,
Where's Swanee hat?
probably about, I know it's not there.
Unless you had it.
The hill is about 1,000 to 1,200 feet. It's obviously an artificial hill that was made specifically for this gun emplacement.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell it's artificial because it's got places where you don't see a lot of turf on it. It seems to have been built over some kind of like old station, because in parts of the hill you see metal parts of like a metal, almost vault-like structure peeking out through the dirt. The hill is garrisoned with a fence. There's only one way up, and the way up is zigzaggy, so you can't charge it up like a battering ram or something.
Mm-hmm.
And you have about 500 feet between the wood line and said hill. True to the informant's word, there are about 50 people in the garrison. You can actually count them as they're going about their day, because you get there early evening. They're walking around with lights and torches and stuff. But none of them seem too keen to like actually do their job, because as far as they're concerned, they're safe. Everyone knows not to mess with them.
Really?
And true to form, you see the tunnel. So Shiko looks over and goes, okay, so there's our tunnel.
Did you paint these?
Oh,
No.
these are all his.
Oh, these are nice, James. Did you paint these?
Some of them I bought.
I'm guessing
I
delivery's
say
here.
you've done some exquisite work if you have.
Guessing delivery's here.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Ruth.
Welcome.
Hey, thanks,
We'll wait
Ruth.
for the delivery to come in, and then we'll get started.
Fucking appreciate it, Ruth.
And that's in my car.
Ah. Ah.
You would probably like this after I'm done reading it.
Okay.
How are you, sir? Good, thank you.
I had a stack of. Oh, there they are.
Ah.
All right,
Yeah,
relax.
35, 47.
The hero is a poor photographer that gets caught up in the middle of the assassination attempt.
Mm-hmm.
Always makes the afternoon a little better.
Say what? Oh, the book.
Yeah.
All right, have a good one,
All
okay?
sauces should be in.
Okay, thank you.
So that would be a very unfortunate Fallout character if you think about it.
All right,
Alrighty.
James and Ruth, this is yours.
So Chico sees the tunnel target and goes, all right, we got to get in there. The first thing I want to do is I want to send a small group in to investigate just the entrance and maybe a little bit beyond. See what the situation actually is inside, and then we move the troops in.
Okay. Well, that's yours. Let's make the spears.
All right, so I need a crafting roll to make the boar spears. Oh, shit.
Matthew, I would be more than happy to share one or two of these with you, even though you didn't order anything.
You said don't want anything.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I would have bought it for you.
Oh shit, I'm not hungry. I'm genuinely not hungry.
That
Got a 4?
Huh?
Got a 4. Doing the crafting spears.
Where am I rolling?
I'm doing crafting.
Oh.
Making the spears.
basic 4.
Tip 4.
Mm.
Natural 4. And a 2. Okay, so 6, 5, 11.
So your boar spear,
Mm-hmm.
rather than have a toughness of 8 and a strength of 10, it's going to have a toughness of 10 and a strength of 15.
Okay.
Important if a ghoul tries to break it.
I have crafting, but it doesn't say what for.
Doesn't matter.
Well,
You're a hero. You craft anything.
That's because in crafting, and Fallout, crafting is an overall skill feature. You can craft anything other than an advanced complex device. So you can't craft a car engine. You have to use repair to make a car engine. But you can craft a spear, sword, things like that.
Let me roll for boom then. So 7 and 3, which is 10.
Okay. So yours also has a rating of 10 toughness and a 15 strength. I'm calling it strength. I meant to say material strength, MS. All right. So does everybody know what a boar spear is? Okay. So a boar spear looks like a standard spear. It's a little bit longer and about a foot down from where the spearhead is. There's a crossbar welded onto it in a big X pattern, so that when you stab something with it, if it tries to crawl up the spear to come get you, it can't. Hence why she was thinking we would use boar spears on the ghouls. Stab it, put it down there, someone else can stab the ghoul dead while it's pinned on the spear. Why this thing does not show up in every zombie apocalypse movie or piece of literature ever written, I have no idea.
Good point.
It's an actual existing historical weapon. It shows up in fantasy places, fantasy games all over the place. Because adventurers go, oh hell yeah, I want a boar spear, about to take out some big monster.
You
I wanna get
remember
close to
Dragon
it, fight
Slayer?
me."
You watching me Dragon Slayer?
What do you?
Remember that big ass spear he had? Remember that crossbar at the bottom?
Yeah.
That pointed up this way like a little. That's basically it was a boar spear. Is what he had.
Why did you love that movie so much?
Because it's that one of the very few fantasy movies ever made that's actually takes itself seriously, and B, it takes itself seriously and yet isn't cheesy, over the top high fantasy, and extremely well run, acted, and the special effects still hold up. Oh, and the dragon's a bad guy. And doesn't talk. He's just a really dangerous, smart animal. I am so sick and tired of talking dragons. It's one of the reasons I did initially like Dance with, Song of Fire and Ice and Fire, is because those are the kind of dragons I really like.
Yeah, the rest are just animals.
Yeah, really, really smart, but still animals.
So, Chico's like, so I want a small group to go in there and check it out for me. She look at your party.
Okay, I guess we've been volunteered.
You've been voluntold. She gives you each an NPC to take with you.
You're
So
dripping all
you
over
each
the
have
place.
a gander to go with you.
Down your beard. Right side.
So I got a mini there for
Sure.
Ruth, for Boom. I see one, I assume it's for Bert.
Yeah, the other shield.
Did we not pick any for anybody else yet?
I got 1% probably sent you.
Yep, I'm on there.
Okay.
Okay, we need one for Etta, and then a bunch for cannon fodder.
Coming up. Alright, so the bow wielding goblins are the gander cannon fodder.
I'm saying that jokingly.
That'll be the chick in the black cloak, which means she also needs a cannon fodder guy to go with her. I don't think I have another one to do that, but 5 of them is enough.
You don't want to spend too many people down here anyway. Too many people makes too big of a boat.
And again, the mission objective is to just scout out
Yeah.
basically this whole map board that we're doing right now.
Mhm.
Scout it out, see what the situation actually is, and we get in there. Now, at 5 foot inches, you'll notice that thing's just wide enough for 4 people to hold it. Okay? So I'm going to put everybody else who can't stand line to line right now like this. Do we want to make our formation with the extras in front of us, or us in front of them, or are we going to mix it up?
Us in front of them.
Us in front of them.
Yeah, we
Okay.
got the bigger hits.
Okay, good plan. So we got party in front, extras behind them with the spears. You walk in, and the first you see in the tunnel is what you'd normally expect to see in any kind of sewer tunnel. You've got a small walkway along each side, about 5 feet wide. And in the middle, you've got the smelly, wonderful, about knee-deep water.
Yay! No way to walk around
Oh,
it.
knee deep?
You can walk on the 2 walkways, but we got to be able to hold. We got to be able to hold the expanse.
Well,
This is why I mapped it
we're in
out.
front. We have body armor, remember? Yeah, if the ghouls try to fight us, they're just going to ruin their teeth.
Okay, that's good.
You realize that some of these things are incredibly strong, right? And some of them have weird mutations.
Yeah, I know, but you still have the best chance of getting through without getting bit,
By the way,
sir.
why
That
are
is
you
true.
down here?
Because we need to scout the tunnels
Why?
and clear out the ghouls. I don't know why we're doing this. It's because
Why
Shiko.
exactly?
Because Shiko.
She goes to
ordered it.
decide she wants to send a scouting force before she commits her entire force of men
Right.
to this area. What if you get down there and find the whole thing's full of death traps? What if you get down there and find out it's full of radiation we can't actually go through?
I mean, we can't circumvent the tunnels?
Maybe
You
we
wanna go
can,
through
maybe
the
we can't.
tunnels.
But this is the best
Tunnels.
chance of getting in without
Yeah.
being found and getting us the highest.
Yeah.
This is the best
tactical
chance for the
advantage.
informant of getting in without being found. Correct.
Yep.
And giving us the maximum tactical advantage once we do so.
Okay.
Because if we can get in without being seen, heard, or anything like that, we'll be inside their perimeter
Rather than knowing.
without them knowing. And we know now, after scouting from the outside, where all of their heavy weapons are. We can take out all their heavy weapons so they didn't realize we're here.
And they assume that because the ghouls are there, no one's stupid enough to do it, so they
Correct.
won't censor
Exactly.
Correct.
We're hoping that there's nothing
And
down there that will stop
I
us.
kind of made this a point, like, not to beat a dead horse, but I kind of made this a point almost 50 minutes ago at game time when we were interrogating the guy,
Mhm.
that this is why we're doing this.
that.
All right,
I got it.
so you're taking a momentary break to the bathroom?
Yeah,
I'll wait till you get back.
I got to pee. He's a crew. He's a crew.
Okay.
Not a
Back to the game session. So, ahead of you, about 20 feet into the darkness, you can see the brine of the... Did you eat too much already? You can see the brine of the sewer, you can smell it, and no, there's really no way to walk through it without getting mucky.
Oh well.
Veronica's gonna cringe. Boone doesn't give a shit.
We live in the post-apocalypse. You really think this is going to bother us?
So the first thing I need is I need notice rolls while you're down here. It's cramped conditions, it's spooky, it's dark. I'm going to say you need 10s.
Oh boy. That's fair.
Ooh. We got night vision goggles. Let's put them on.
12.
Night vision goggles mean you need 8s.
And I got an 8. Exactly.
Verona.
Good. You're doing better than I am.
So that's what Veronica got. 6, 5, 4, whatever that amount.
Down this way, you see a flickering light, but not down a dark desert highway. That's coming from around a corner.
Okay.
Oh, come on. No one got that reference.
I got it.
Yeah, that's the Eagles, right?
Thank you.
Hotel California.
And Boone got.
You get my reference when I told you about math?
Yeah.
What was it?
Something uneventful and unimportant. I don't remember now because I'm covering my ass.
Better reference than you just gave.
Well, I won't disagree with that because I hate the fucking Eagles, man.
You don't remember when I said, best, you bet, oops.
Boom!
What I said?
Quoting the Big Lebowski.
Remember the reference?
No.
I said, you asked about Matt, and I said, better call him to
All right.
nuke your doubt out of orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
Oh, aliens. So you got 20 feet of darkness ahead of you, and you can kind of intuit there might be more hallway there. What do you all do? You also see a flickering light down the edge of the hallway.
Well,
Looks like something around the corner.
I guess we have to move forward. How far do we have to go into this place before we count it a successful scouting mission?
You are talking about moving people for a sense of operation. I would check quite a deal. Do not let her have any of that as chocolate.
Brownie.
And Ruth can't have any either, unfortunately.
Ruth, you can't have brownie?
I can have a small, tiny, itty bitty tiny piece, but not a big piece. Yeah.
The ooey gooey brownie.
Brownie?
Don't make me hate
Yeah,
you.
one brownie. Only one, though. I just like brownies, period. So I didn't realize you got this.
Better than Cup Scouts?
Oh, yeah.
All right, then the group will advance a little bit.
Good Girl Scout.
Mm.
And again,
Santiago, I want you as tail
in the
and
dim
Charlie, by the way.
conditions, you see another section of hallway coming off this way. With your night vision goggles, you can actually look all the way down and see this long hallway comes down all the way like this. And begins to cut at a corner.
Now, I have a question. This guy gave us a fairly accurate description of what this place is like and where it comes out at.
He told you about the location of the tunnels. He said there are tunnels that lead to a stairwell that go up into the gun emplacement.
But he didn't know where the stairwell was exactly.
Correct.
So he hadn't actually been in the
Can't have
tunnels
this
himself.
stuff,
He
you'll
just
get
knew
sick.
of them. Huh?
Let's just tell him Tuffy.
It's not bad, actually. Let's remember that next time.
She doesn't realize she'll be sick if she eats this.
So this is
No,
what you
she
see
says
before
I
you at the
keep
moment.
it.
What do you do?
I'll proceed like here, there, and peek around the corner and see what's down there.
Okay.
Don't leave the unit.
Boom, more Veronica, doesn't matter
So you're
who.
gonna walk the whole line up there.
Yeah, let's walk the whole line up there.
Okay. And everybody make an athletics check.
Man, this poor Rhea loves me.
5 for Veronica.
Wow.
Oh, that's a
Man, it
D8.
really loves me.
Let me reroll
Alrighty.
that.
I do 3 backflips, a complete pirouette, and come down perfectly on the 3-point landing.
Bert's a ninja. Got it.
I win for a completely pointless roll, no less.
6 for Boom, 5 for Veronica.
It's like, why can't I do this when I really need it?
No, Tuffy, you can't have that. You make Tuffy very sick.
Mm-hmm.
And we just fixed
So
your
down
life.
that hallway, you have what appears to be a T, and then there's a door. The sign on the door has worn off, so you can't tell what the door leads to or what's behind it. But it's a standard door. You can actually go up there and pull the lock and open it. It doesn't look it's anything like a blast door or anything like that. That's about 50 feet away. Sorry, actually on that map, about 25 feet away.
Well, that's kind of funny considering we got another hallway not too far away. So where the hell is that T actually? How do you even have a T there?
That's a good question.
It's Fallout. They love interconnecting corridors for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's the first rule of dungeon crawls?
Original right? Or is it never right?
No, the first rule of dungeon crawling is never split the party.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Everybody stays together.
You can look and see if this kind of like watery thing goes all the way down.
So we have a choice. We can turn left and explore that and see what's behind door number 1, and see if that's the stairway that goes up. But I doubt it because we're not even anywhere close to going inside the perimeter yet. Or we can continue on down the hallway because where about would we be inside the perimeter?
You are right now at the perimeter's edge because
Yeah.
this is a tunnel for like their sewer stuff comes out the
Yeah.
bottom where they've put it in. So you're like a nearest guard tower is probably like over here somewhere.
So we probably want to proceed down.
Yeah,
this
that
way.
is my thought. Hence why we need to have him as tail end Charlie along with at least one other gander.
Well, you have Etta right now at the back of the party with her extra. You want to put him at the back of the party and replace her?
Oh, she's behind there? Okay,
Yeah.
then never mind. I didn't. Okay, I see now. Alright, so. Yeah, that's the best thing we can do is have her and one of the guys tailing Charlie. Make sure nothing comes up behind us that she can't shoot. And we'll just have to keep on moving down this tunnel.
Okay.
As quietly as possible.
You get to about here, and you want to make a notice roll for me again?
Mm-hmm.
Difficulty is 12.
Veronica only got a
11.
7. And Boom only got a 6.
Okay.
Got a 13.
11.
Bert, there is something around that corner.
Which corner?
You think there might be targets, and I emphasize the multiple, somewhere around this corner, because you can hear slight noises that sound like things moving or gnawing on something.
Oh, God.
We're on a scouting mission, not a clearing mission. So as long as they don't come after us,
I can't.
Oh.
Not anymore.
I'll go ahead and pass the word that we may have, enemy combatants behind us. Once
So basically now we're trying to stealth.
Yeah.
Everything, stealth roll for me.
Oh boy.
Same. Agility.
Yep, if you don't have stealth, it's agility. Agility and wild die. Do you need all the breadsticks?
12.
No, there's still plenty left. I don't have that big of a stomach. Oh, Jesus. Veronica that got a 3.
Oh, God.
Boom got a 12. But Veronica only got a 3.
Okay.
6 plus 1 plus 1. 8. 11.
So as you stealth down the hallway about this far, Veronica hits something in the water with her foot. She feels icy fingers grab onto her thighs and pull her under the
I
water.
knew it.
Oh, yay.
I need a spirit roll. Or guts if you have it.
I don't have guts. I really need good guts.
Spirit roll, difficulty's 8. And the dark, unseen, pull under the water. That might be a little insanity causing.
Yeah, no. I got a 3.
You lose a point of sanity. You also get a gulp full of water.
Yay.
You will not be able to act until the end of the round. Hearing her go under, her letting out a yelp, the things are alerted and they come looking for you. And true enough, you see a group of ghouls come out that corner. There's 5 of them there.
Ooh.
If I can get him unhooked. You see a ghoul pop its head around this corner. And down where that flickering light was, you see a pair of ghouls pop their heads out around the corner.
Alright, I think the scouting mission has now been successfully scouted. We have a shitload of ghouls down here. And here's the thing.
They sniff around. And then you hear a couple extras go into the water. Ah! Splash! Splash!
Ghouls are nasty, man.
And
Call the walkie-talkies for reinforcement.
give me a second while I roll some attack rolls.
They also drop good loot.
Sometimes you're like, why in the world did they have that?
Yeah.
All right.
Why is the ghoul packing a plasma pistol?
That is true.
He said that's one of the things that makes me so crazy about Fallout.
How does this deer in Skyrim have a silver garnet ring? What the fuck? Right?
Right?
Okay.
They eat everything.
That's one of the things I've considered. I consider a lot
So-
of these video RPGs, basically what we used to call in D&D days a Monty Hall game. Okay, you ever heard of Monty Hall? He was a game show host. About what's behind door number 1, what's behind door number 2.
Ah, okay.
Okay, and one of the things about a Monty Hosted game is that no contestant ever walked away without something. He just gave away prizes.
Some ghouls under the water have attacked. One has Veronica in its clutches. One and each have an extra in the middle of your line. This one, you see the ghoul get up. You see its head occasionally coming up and out of the water as it's biting at the person beneath the water. You see his hands above the water screaming and stuff, and then his hands just kind of start going still between combination of being drowned and being bitten to death. The other one is fighting back, but it's not doing so well.
Yeah, I agree with you. Call for reinforcements. Scouting mission's over.
Yep.
I will give everybody actually, let's do this. This will be the fairest thing to do. Everybody make an agility roll. The success number is a 6. For every success number you have, you are competing against the opposing force. If they have more successful agility rolls than you, they will get to act first.
Is it straight agility or does athletics apply?
Straight agility.
Okay. Am I broken for Veronica and Boom?
Yes.
Roll.
6.
Okay, Veronica got a 9.
So that's one
That's
success for
12.
her.
Plus 6.
Boom got a
18.
5.
Oh,
So
I
we have
rolled a
2
6.
success.
Roll again.
Well, that's
Yeah.
not a success. That's
You
one
rolled a
success.
So 10, 15.
Etta got a
19.
success. So you have a
19.
19 total for who? Bert?
Bert.
6.
I'm sorry, I rolled 2 6s
No,
in a
that's
row.
not what I'm asking.
2 6s in a row. He saw him.
Okay, so that counts as 3 successes. That brings us up to 5.
He had one
I
success.
had 6, 10 plus 5, 15.
Jesus. 15?
Those two are slippery as
That's
snakes.
2 more. That brings us up to 7 successes. By 1 success, you beat the attacking force. We may now draw normal initiative cards. They will not get a full round against you.
Low, right?
I'm going to draw 1 card for each group of 5 ghouls.
That's a lot of goals.
Damn, that's a lot of ghouls.
I know, man. They're nasty, too.
Can I get 2?
And then Etta. All right.
What do you got?
Not so good.
Etta's got a king. What do you guys got?
Veronica's got an 8
I have a
of
5 of
clubs.
hearts.
7 of spades.
Veronica has an 8 of clubs, and Boom has a 9 of clubs.
Anybody have lower than a 4?
No.
All right. So first one to go is the Ghoul Pack. This Ghoul Pack charges out to cut off our escape.
Fuckers.
In that rush, they will get 2 attacks on Etta. Against Etta's parry. No hits. One of them will attack this extra. No hit. One attacks an extra. It's a hit. Excuse me. Oh! Ah! Dead extra.
Oh, no.
Oh boy.
Down 2 more already.
Well, ghouls are nasty.
And the one on top of the guy in the water.
In groups are nasty. One.
3 gone.
They just hit hard.
Okay, anybody have lower than a 5?
No.
You have 5, dude.
What's your 5?
I had a 5. 5 of hearts.
Spades, I go first. Give me your 5 of hearts.
You ready?
Did you? Oh, yes, you did. Okay. Hearing that, this group now acts.
More. Yay. We really need backup.
That's the second time you beat me with the spades.
Yeah, we need backup bad. Son of a bitch.
These bastards. I hate ghouls. I avoid them as like the plague in the game. Feral, I mean.
Because they're never like by themselves. There's
Mm.
always a group.
They're always
correct. They travel in packs.
It's like
This group makes a line in front, cutting us off. So everybody in the front line has
Stand up.
1 ghoul in front of them.
nice long distance. Just take them out with my sniper.
Okay, in that front line, Boom gets
Yep.
attacked.
Yay.
Oh.
Please don't roll well.
Boom, what's your parry?
Parry. 6.
I have a hit with a raise.
Shouldn't we have a chance? Shouldn't they have a disadvantage with the long spears in front of us?
Not been your turn yet.
I mean to hit. I mean because they have to be
They
passive.
have not. It's not your turn yet. When it comes to your turn, you can go, okay, we try to force them off of us. Remember, it's kind of like a surprise thing. All right, 7 and 10. There's your toughness.
7.
That's not how it works.
Boom is shaken. Roll her spirit, see if she can still act for the turn. Spirit and wild die, difficulty 6.
No.
No,
5.
Boom is not able to act this turn.